I think one thing I learned early on is I had a lot of solutions and I'd want to share my knowledge with that person. So it was almost overselling. That's what I talk about, that complexity. Whereas listen to what the client wants and deliver to that client in the best possible way. Because again, if they're talking about offset accounts, you go, don't worry about that. Think about this rate. It's like you're already off track. There's a rhythm to sales in identifying problems and providing solutions. And I think that's the key. And the other thing I would say is meet the client's expectation. If you say you're going to do something, do it. There isn't anything worse than saying something's going to take 7 days and it takes 14. It's like the lockdowns, right? Yeah. Oh, just a week, we'll be right. And like how annoying is that? And that's no different. If you're going to say you're going to deliver within 48 hours, then deliver within 48 hours. And I would even set yourself a sales precedent of a workflow of timings that both hold you accountable, and also with the client working with you, they're accountable to that professional engagement. So I think that just shows a level of professionalism. Your time's valuable, so is the client's time, and you're looking to get the best result for that client. And then it's about providing that solution to whatever the problem is. It's validating it. Like I know at the back end of any meeting, I'd always say, do you have any more questions? Because I do this every day. You might do this twice in your lifetime. So it's okay for any questions to come up. Now, I'd rather do that than someone walks away and goes, oh, I need to think about it. Because if someone needs to go away and think about it, you haven't quite solved their problem, or they're still undecided. So there's something within that sales formula that needs an adjustment. But generally, if you have provided the solution to the problem, you've had the likability, you've worked on the trust, you've demonstrated your capability, and your credibility holds weight too. And then it's just understanding when that time is. And people talk about closing, like everyone's always closing. I find that quite a natural process. When you've solved the problem, and you can see that within the person that you have demonstrated a solution for them, then generally it's what's the next steps now. So again, I find that it's just solution-based communication, almost relationship marketing. And where it's working for you is if they've had such a good experience that they're then referring friends and family and associates quite organically. And that's how you start to spread that reach out. So it's a real engagement for now. So you're solving a problem for now. You're addressing what their future is as well. What do they want to achieve in the future? And you're on that journey with them, and you're their trusted advisor, particularly in our space. Might be different in different industries, but you want to be that trusted source, whether they're buying a home, an investment loan, whether they're buying a microwave. You want to be to that point that they come to you because they like having you in their corner. And I think that's the best way to demonstrate. And even little subtleties, like let's say 6 months down the track, you might see an article of interest or something that triggers for you where you go, that client would really get a benefit out of that article, and you send it to them. So you personalize it. Some of the greatest relationships I've had is based off really personalizing gifts, not doing generic gifts, but the same back the other way, where people have rung my wife to say, look, Marty, help me out. I really want to know what he likes. Like he likes entrepreneurial books. So they actually go to that effort. Now, that's special. You only need 6 or 7 of those types of connections that support each other, and then you find that it just spreads like wildfire based on your capability and that relationship. And little things, the last thing I'll say on it is really support the people that support you. Like I said, for a business, it might be 8 key connections, and maybe do something like have an appreciation night where there's a dinner where you sit down and you bring some entertainment in. So it's a special event. It's not just another cocktail party where everyone's standing up getting drunk, right? You make it, you do those niceties and those subtleties, and that really then expands those relationships further, because if you didn't have them, you wouldn't have a business. And it's the same with the client. What's the subtleties? Let's say mortgage broking. If it's all price, it's a race to the bottom. There's no relationship there. And that's the same in any industry. But if you show people how to use their money effectively to pay down debt, to create wealth, to look at their future plans and deliver towards that, to help them when they're buying property, then that's a different experience. It's not a lot, but it's a whole different experience because people get too busy and forget about that. So it's all those key subtleties that really can make you an exceptional salesperson, and you'll just have clients coming through the door one after the other. So yeah, I hope that resonates.